Okay. No intro tonight. Hello, yo Flurfs. No intro tonight. It's good to see you all. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you could all make it. Yeah. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Bill? And PJ Cruikshank. You guys doing good?
Oh, good, bro.
We did.
Hey. Again.
It's good
And
to
as
see you
usual,
guys.
the earth is flat. As usual, the earth is flat, and Jesus still loves it.
Definitely.
That's good to
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah, it's good to hear, dude. Always good to hear.
Definitely. So, anyway, this video we're doing tonight, guys, it's quite interesting because it's quite a big channel, actually. They got like 21k subscribers. I've never heard of them before. Called Data Set or something like that. And they actually posted their link of this video in my Discord.
Ah, nice. They posted it to you themselves. Ah,
And so I subscribe to them. I comment to them. They're obviously Globers. But they got a very quirky way of doing this video. That's what attracted me to it. And I can see they're kind of respectful, at least, towards Flat Earthers.
yeah.
So I'm going to try my best, like I commented to them, so we're going to review this tonight. I'm going to try my best to be respectful to them. Obviously, their respect to Flat Earthers is more on the lines of, it's borderline trolling almost. I don't know. It's very humorous, you could say. But it's all about using shadows to prove the Earth is flat or round.
Cool.
So it's quite interesting. I think these two guys are twins or something.
What's cool about that?
Yeah. So definitely going to be interesting to see what's going to be presented tonight and everything. Good to see
So they're going
everybody.
to use angles.
They
They're going to
use-
use angles to prove the Earth is a sphere?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Something like
Didn't
that.
you know how they do it?
Well, this isn't going to be very nice for them, is it?
No, it's got to be a bit tricky, isn't it? Try,
Might be.
round a sphere, God.
Maybe they're going to use trigonometry this time instead of geometry.
By the way, I just want to find out. You guys don't hear any echo.
No, sometimes there's a
No,
little.
I don't hear anything.
Sometimes there's a little hazy sound, but I don't know if it's coming from you, Flats, or if it's coming from one of the panel. It's but every now and again it just goes hazy, then goes away again. But it's not loud or anything. It kind of comes and goes, sort of thing.
I got
But
some new headphones. Let me know if it's me.
No, because
Someti-
the thing is, remember, I can't use my earphones because I need to buy new ones. And I put the TV soft so it doesn't... Because I'm scared the sound comes and the mic picks it up and then it's going to echo because then it gives double sound. That's why I use the earphones in the first
You
place.
haven't gotten a new headset yet?
So
How
I've put it
dare
like
you.
very soft so I can just hear you guys.
No, Vicky says there's no echo.
Okay, cool. As long as it sounds
Okay.
fine for you guys. I'm just going to say hi to everybody in the chat quickly. Thank you guys for coming. Good to see you. We got Alan Norstrand, PJ Cruikshank, Vicky. Always good to see you guys. Gavin B, what's up, man? Saddlebum, hello. And yeah, that seems to be everybody tonight there. If you guys haven't already, please share the show. Hit those likes. You guys rock. And I really appreciate everybody's support on the channel. Are you guys ready to get to it?
Smash the show and share the lights.
Yeah. Hit those likes.
That's the one.
Okay. You ready to start the show?
Let's do it.
And you can stop me anytime you need to if you need to give a
Okay.
statement, by the way, guys.
You keep.
Let's do this.
The Earth is flat. No, don't tell people that. Can you prove otherwise? Yes, there is a lot of evidence to show that the Earth is a globe. I mean, just look at photographs from space. Those are taken by NASA. They're all fake. Why would NASA fake photos? They lie about their space program in order to get more funding. People have known for ages that the world was flat until NASA came along. Well, that's not true. Scientists have known that the world was round since long before space travel. How would they have known that? By using sun rays to measure the circumference of the Earth.
I love how he's got this
Shadow.
fake globy.
I don't know.
Hey, Sov, what's up, man? I love how he's got this like fake flat earth thing there going. But it's quite wrong, though. Because, no, we don't say NASA's just doing it fake just because they're trying to do it for money. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, $65 billion a year is a lot of money, but I mean,
Yeah, there's a spiritual evil intent behind it. You know what I mean? It's a way of trying to hide God. You know, not that you can hide God. No,
Think about this. Think about this way. They do also spend a lot of money, guys. It's not the
Yeah,
one thing I have to get through to the people is yes, they make a lot of money doing this, but they also spend a lot of it.
Yeah.
They claim to go to a place that violates natural law.
That is the issue
but
I have with it.
Why? Yeah, why do liars lie? I have no idea.
Yeah, we
I mean,
can't.
honestly, we can't determine the motives of NASA.
No,
No, we can just
we
tell
can
it.
speculate.
Yeah, you can speculate, but you can see. We can obviously.
that sounds familiar.
Is. Yeah.
So yeah, we can speculate, but that's about it. We can't divine one's motives. Oh yeah, we've already got votes in the poll. 7 votes, guys. You enjoy this subject? Yes, 71%. No, 29%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I'm sure it's going to get more interesting now.
What? Recently, I joined a Flat Earth forum in order to learn more about the Flat Earth model. I talked about measuring the size of the Earth using shadows and asked, what is the distance from the Earth to the Sun in the Flat Earth belief? And I received some interesting hostility. Really? I was told that Flat Earthers don't have beliefs, only Globe Earthers have beliefs. And
Yeah. And by the way, we don't live in a model.
Yeah.
Something I've been realizing lately a lot, especially from the Globers, where they want to claim models. There isn't even a heliocentric model. There is no model. Because for it to be a model, you need science, and there's no science to be able to have a scientific model. Should we ask them to present us this heliocentric scientific model? Because there is not one simple heliocentric model. It doesn't exist.
No.
Hey, Four Tracks, good to see you, man.
Have them show you the map and then point out that the continents are the wrong size and the wrong shape.
Exactly.
That should take care of it.
and that my sticks and shadows were nonsense. Suffice it to say, I never got my answer. You can't use sticks and shadows to measure the Earth. Maybe I can't, but you can. Especially if I get help from people all across the globe. Don't say that. Don't say what?
Hey, Jeff,
Across
what's up, man? Good to
the
see you.
globe? Okay, if I get help from
gonna
all
get
of
help.
you across the Earth. In this video,
What are you going to say?
No, I never said
I
anything.
said,
Oh, you did.
crazy.
Oh.
wait to see
Gavin,
how
I
this
think it
turns
is
out.
my Discord, by the way. That's what I said. These guys actually, the reason we're having this stream tonight is because these guys actually posted their video in my Discord channel.
Mm.
So I did comment, I subscribed to them. I did comment to them and
Good
say
thing.
I'm going to try and be as respectful as possible to them. And I would love to have a conversation. I think it
But
can...
they sent this to you though.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
not
what is
sure
their
if it is
level of-
2 people, though, or if it's one guy acting as 2 people.
Ah.
I haven't really checked this content out yet to know. But it's sort of getting the feeling it's the same guy acting as twins or something.
Right.
I'm not sure. But we'll
Oh,
find
I
out.
get it. He's playing. Oh, I see. Yeah.
So for now, I'm just going to say these guys, because I'm not sure.
I'll explain how our ancestors measured the size and shape of the Earth. And in my next video, I'll show you how we can do it today even better. And just maybe, you all can help me measure the Earth using nonsense sticks and
First of all, you don't measure
Fine.
the Earth. You calculate it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how you can measure the Earth, the whole Earth with a couple of sticks and shadows.
Oh, Gavin B says it's just a he. Okay, so it is just him. Okay. That makes sense. Because that's what I said.
You
Otherwise,
definitely
it's
need
got
to
quite
show
a...
that.
quite a very close twin. How can I put it? Identical.
Mm.
So it is a he. Okay, well, I'd like to talk to you, mate, sometime if you want to come and talk. It would be great. We can even talk about this subject.
shadows. But enough talk, more data! It's data time!
Okay, this is the intro, obviously.
Big bad time.
Data time. Ooh. Ooh. Still music. Okay. There
So,
we go.
what's this weird approach you're using to measure the Earth with sticks and shadows? Well, it's nothing new. In fact, this process was first used by a Greek scientist over 2,000
Greek scientist?
Mhm.
Eratosthenes wasn't a scientist, was he? He was a philosopher.
Philosopher. Yeah.
And that was even to say he did exist, by the way.
He was a ponderer.
Ponderer. Because
Ponderer.
as far as I know, Eratosthenes was just a philosopher, not a scientist. And there's no actual evidence the guy even existed in the first instance. So,
And the scientific method, it is derived from philosophy, but not for many, many years after the man that he's talking about.
yeah.
The method was developed through philosophy, but just because you're a philosopher doesn't mean you adhere to the scientific method.
Nope.
And measuring angles of shadows has nothing to do with the method. He's got a category error.
Definitely. But I think this is one thing we've seen with all the globe defenders. Most of them, they don't know what science is. So they appeal to science because that's what they're parroting, because they told the globe is scientific. But if they do due diligence like the rest of us did, and you go research it, you see, wait, hang on. There is no science for the globe. Shape is not a science. Because they try...
I mean,
yeah?
it would be philosophical to claim that you know the cause of a shape, but you're going to have to depend on philosophy for that,
Yeah.
not science.
Yep.
No, exactly.
Why do you think people these days love studying philosophy of science instead of science itself?
Yeah. Philosophy of science.
Mm-hmm.
years ago. Eratosthenes was a Greek scientist around 200 BC. He was a chief librarian at the Library of Alexandria. He knew that there was a place south of him called Syene, which is current-day Aswan, Egypt. At this place, at high noon, on the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, a vertical rod, or gnomon, would cast no shadow. Additionally, if a person looked down a deep well, their own shadow blocked their reflection of the sun in the water. This meant that the sun was directly overhead Aswan on this day. However, back in Alexandria on this same day, a gnomon did cast a shadow. Eratosthenes measured the length of this shadow, and using some trigonometry, he calculated that
Trigonometry. It looks like a right angle triangle to me.
Yeah, they do. They made him look like a lol cow. He can't be real.
What is he? Is he calculating the height of the sun?
I don't know. He's
Like
trying to calculate the circumference of the Earth. But isn't that begging the question first that the Earth has a circumference?
Of course.
And he's not measuring a circumference. He's measuring an angle on a flat baseline.
That's what he's doing it for, isn't it? To try and find out the circumference. He's not trying to find out if there is circumference. He's trying to find out what the circumference is.
Yeah, he's already begged the question of a globe.
Exactly.
So he's already hit his bias, and then he's just trying to affirm the consequence of his bias by calculating a radius because of his already begged the question bias that it's a globe.
Yeah.
While using a flat Earth measurement to do so.
Yeah.
Hey Riff Raff, what's up, man? Good to see you.
the angle was about 7 degrees. 7 degrees is about 1/50th the way around a full circle. Eratosthenes hypothesized that the Earth was round and that its circumference was about 50 times the distance between Alexandria.
Tell me the cause for round Earth, please. Because he said he hypothesized that it's round.
Exactly.
That's why I said the people don't know what science is. If you're going to have hypothesis, you literally need an IV and DV. So if you're saying he hypothesized the Earth is round, that would be his DV. So what is the cause for that round Earth?
Imagination, possibly.
Words are hard, Flatzoid. You know, you can't expect everybody to understand the words that they use.
You know.
I heard Sean Hawkins today saying, we don't know science because we believe a hypothesis requires an IV and a DV. Yeah,
Wow. Shawnee boy.
that's by definition, that's what a hypothesis is.
Why is the door open?
Alexandria and Aswan. Eratosthenes then hired professional beametists. What's that? These are professional walkers who would measure distances on foot. He hired them to measure the distance between Alexandria and Aswan. They recorded a distance of 5,000 stadia, which would mean that the circumference of the Earth would be about 40,000 kilometers.
See what I'm saying? He's already begged the question, a circumference.
Yeah. Exactly.
So the guy already made up his mind. Oh, okay, it has to be a sphere. Now we're just trying to work out the circumference on the sphere. He's not proving it's a sphere or not.
Nope.
He's just making a claim that it is.
He's not proving it's a sphere. He's already made up his mind it's a sphere.
Exactly. And then I would hate to be those guys that walk so far away from... I mean, damn. Imagine you miss one of your steps.
I know, it's got to be such an accurate measurement. You know what I mean?
I got a challenge for globes today. Go to Alexandria and Aswan, as you said, and walk that distance and count your steps. See if anybody's going to get it possible, please. I challenge any glober.
What lecture should I have?
I
And you
guarantee
got to be in two places at the same time as well.
Exactly.
You have to be in Alexandria. And where's the other place? 5,000 stadia away?
Aswan, which was...
How do you walk that fast?
You can't.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The guy literally... yeah, John McClure, he's leaving out 500 miles. Yep. But and Triple X, hello. But I mean, think about it. I challenge any globe defender today. Walk that distance and count your steps for us. See if you're going to get your steps right. See how long it's going to take you to walk that distance. And see if you're even going to get it right. Especially in that heat. This whole thing is like literally making this kind of step counter like some kind of superhuman superhero. I doubt anybody would have said, okay, yeah, I'll walk over 500 miles and count my steps for you.
He says he had his faithful assistant feces of roads. No.
I mean, imagine the guy walked. He walked a full day now. And all he did the whole time was just concentrate on steps. 1, 2, 3. He got to like 25,000 steps in like a few hours, okay?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden he stumped his toe or something. Oh, damn, I got to... What are the steps again?
Yeah. He stops to have a drink of water. You know what I mean? You're not going to constantly keep that. You get absent-minded. You're not going to remember. Yeah. You got to count to 1,000 and you got to think, oh, well, what was that 1,001 or was that 1,003? Oh, no. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
Well, it's like he's busy counting and some guy walks along him on the side and starts, hey, what you doing? Chatting to him.
Yeah.
And then he forgets how much steps he had.
Yeah.
Start all over again.
That's it. You can't just press reset in that situation.
It'd be impossible if, especially if he brought his wife along, right? Because she would want to have a conversation as he's counting.
Well,
And it'd be impossible for any man.
And plus, a lot of the things they are postulating for this to have ever happened is kind of based on Occam's razor impossible.
Her steps would be shorter as well.
It's
so
not logical.
It's just ridiculous.
It seems very unlikely any of this happened. Yeah, guys, 38 people watching and only 14 likes. Please, guys, hit the likes. Support the show. I really do appreciate you guys. Please. Do support the show, guys.
As it turns out, this is incredibly close to the circumference of today's globe Earth model. That doesn't prove the Earth is round, just that the angle of the sun is different at 2 different points on the Earth. The same would be true on a flat Earth. Well, what if we recorded the angle of the sun at several locations on the Earth? If we first look at the globe model, we see that the Earth looks like this, with the North Pole here, the South Pole here, and the equator here. At high noon, during the equinox, we expect the sun to be directly over the
Divergent rays. Well done.
Urgent rays straight away, look. Are any of them parallel? No.
So they've already debunked their own argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they need to ignore that there's divergent rays and say it's parallel, so they can get the angles. And this is exactly the reason I have a problem with this argument, is because they try and say we believe it is parallel, so they use the same parallel sun ray rubbish for the flat Earth, and then say, you see, the angles don't add up. But no one says the angle, the light rays are parallel. Only these guys.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about these guys.
Except when they need them to
divergent rays.
diverge.
Sorry?
Except when they need them to diverge. You're right.
Yep.
And exactly 5,000 stadia. Exactly, Jeff. Don't you think that's odd? Not 499 or 4,997 or 4,500. 5,001 or... No, exactly 5,000 stadia. Very odd.
Yeah.
equator. Since the sun is very far
Hey,
away
DC.
in the globe Earth model, the rays of sunlight are essentially parallel to one another.
See what I'm saying?
Just show an image that contradicts what you say. Why not?
Let's do this quickly. Okay, let's go look at some images of the sun, guys.
Yeah.
And then tell me if you see any parallel sun rays anywhere. There's one picture. Nope, definitely not. There's one.
No.
Nope. Oh, definitely
No.
not.
No.
Tell me when to stop when you see parallel sun rays, guys. Huh.
I love comfortable silences.
Yeah. I could see some parallel pictures. They're parallel to each other, the pictures. But definitely not.
Okay, but we can all gather the sun's rays are definitely divergent.
Divergent. Yeah.
They diverge away from the sun point. There's no parallel sun rays.
No.
Wow.
Yep.
So, what is already presented, this guy or these guys or whatever, is false. Because the sun hasn't got parallel sun rays, so therefore all the data they are acquiring is false. It's falsified.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey Guyana, good to see you, man. That's also true what John says. If it would also force the guy to be walking a straight line for 500 miles. No mountains, rocks, anything. Which is so true.
Yeah, who's that? Nadesia? I would say try googling parallel sun rays and see what picture you get.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll get divergent sun rays guaranteed.
Eratosthenes, the earth is round. Okay.
Mhm.
It's divergent rays. Look there. Everything's divergent.
Wow, the only thing that's parallel there is the actual
Wow.
the picture, the composites, the images. Sorry. Crazy.
Oh man. Yeah, definitely parallel, guys.
Wow, crazy. It says parallel, and in the same picture, it's a.
Oh man.
Dude,
This is
this is
insane.
very funny. This is awesome.
Yeah. And just for the fun, because I know Globers love using this view and saying, you see it's parallel. No, let's quickly do this. I'm not going to save, I'm just going to go like this. Let's go to the handy dandy paint. Globers love paint. Hey TB, hey Tony Whitcomb, good to see you guys. Glad you could make it. Oh yeah. Let's quickly draw something here for these guys. Gonna draw this out. Okay. You can see that's keeping to that. Is that parallel to each other?
No.
It kind of looks like it's diverging to a point or converging to a point.
Yep.
Okay. Just in case the globies didn't realize that. That's why I put that up there. Hey, Code Puncher, good to see you too. Glad you could make it. So yeah, we can, with all honesty and all, how can I put it, argument's sake, say, stop pushing parallel sun rays. They don't exist.
Another across the entire Earth. That means if we were 30 degrees north of the equator, then at high noon on the equinox, we would expect the angle of the sun.
Guyana doing wall or push or car push-ups. No, I don't do that. It doesn't help me because I've passed that progression that it does anything to me by doing a wall push-up or anything. So I like doing pike push-ups or elevated push-ups. So in the beginning, yeah, for sure you can use it, but I've got to the point where I've just progressed so much with the push-ups that it just doesn't do anything for me. But it's good to see you, man. Into the break. What's up, man? Glad you can make it. Okay, let's see. 30 degrees. Do you guys see that horizontal baseline is sticking there?
Yeah, oh yeah, the little red line. Yeah, I see it.
So what does that show? Does that show that there's a curved adjacent?
Yeah, I don't see a horizontal baseline.
No.
That red line?
Yeah, there is red, or yeah, there above it. Yeah. Oh yeah, curved adjacent.
Let's do it this way. You see now?
Oh, okay, the tangent.
Yeah, tangent.
Yeah, they don't exist in reality.
No,
Exactly.
they don't. It's just unless you stick a ruler on top of a ball.
Hey,
That's
Terry Akem. Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming.
To be 30 degrees south from directly overhead. If we were at 45 degrees north latitude, we would expect the sun to be at 45 degrees. If we were at 60 degrees, we would expect the sun to be at 60 degrees. And
Guyana. Hey, Mrs. Flats. Hi,
Just
Leafy.
changed the name.
I didn't realize it now.
It's probably because we all say in chat, Mrs. Flats for short, isn't it?
Exactly. Hey, T2L2. Good to see. Yeah, but you see, when it comes to my push-ups, I try and do it with form. So I try and do it in a way that gives the most hypertrophy, because you want to give the most stress you can on your muscles to be able to give the most effect. So it all depends how you do your form. You can do push-ups. Anybody can do push-ups like they want to, like going crazy. But if you're not doing the right form, you're not working any muscles, then it's not doing anything.
No, of course.
I would rather do, let's say, 20 on-form push-ups than do 100 not in-form push-ups.
Oh yeah, you'd rather have quality over quantity, definitely.
Definitely.
if we were at the North Pole, 90 degrees north latitude, we would expect the sun to be right on the horizon at 90 degrees from overhead.
On the horizon? So you are claiming the horizon is the Earth curve? Okay.
The same would be true for the southern hemisphere. But now, let's look at the
Shot, thanks, man. Yeah, I've definitely seen a progress. I'm picking up body mass now, which is really great. So while I'm losing body fat, I'm picking up. So I'm actually doing comp, which is, to me, great. As long as I can keep composition going, building mass while I'm losing fat, perfect for me.
Cool.
Because a lot of people, they don't do this. They try and bulk up and then they try and cut.
Yeah, they do. When I used to train, I kind of did that at the same time, sort of thing.
Yeah. So I'm trying to comp but healthy. You know what I mean? So I'm not doing what they call dirty bulking. I'm not just eating rubbish. I'm trying to stay eating healthy while being in a calorie deficit and still burning my fat, but I'm eating enough protein and carbs to be able to have the energy for my muscle to build as well. So
Yeah, she decided to change because we always call her Mrs. Flat.
Well, we love the new name.
Brilliant.
The flat Earth model. If we flatten out the Earth while keeping the same sunlight angles, we see a different phenomenon. Now we see
Hey, that looks like my graph.
It does look like. I was about to say I've seen that before.
Oh, weird. I thought they said I can't do trigonometry. Weird how they did exactly the same as me.
Exactly. Exactly.
But mine is wrong. That's odd.
Yours just faces the other way.
Yeah.
It's the only difference.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting more definition. My goal though is to get the calisthenic moves correct. So I want to master everything. I'm going to start with a crow pose and can move on to the L sit and so forth. By the end of the year, my goal is to be able to do handstand push-ups. So that's what I
Commander
want to do
push-up.
at the end of the year.
You call them commandos. Yeah, they're hard.
that the
That's a
sun
great
rays are
goal.
no
Flats,
Sorry?
you're gonna inspire me to get back in shape.
Yeah, me too.
As long
I need to get ready.
as long as I'm able to do that for some people. Definitely.
Mine's will be a
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It feels good. Like I used to walk around ready for a 6-round fight, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not there right now. You know?
But I mean,
Well,
when I played
Definitely.
soccer and stuff, also I was in good shape.
yeah.
And then I just let everything go. And I mean, you lose muscle, you lose strength, you lose everything.
Yeah.
I must say, I'm feeling much better. I haven't felt as good in a long time.
It's nice. You get to the point where you don't get sore anymore. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter,
That's right.
you know,
No,
how
no,
hard
it's
you
good
work.
if you get sore. I push myself to almost failure. So then you know it's working. But when you've realized you've pushed it, that it's, if you don't give time to recover, that's when you have an issue. So
Yeah.
I work out and see, okay, I've worked out now, and I see, okay, if I haven't recovered fully, I'd rather give it a rest day, because that's when
Yeah.
your muscles actually grows on resting. So
Of course.
just like last week when I did that Dr. Mike's full body exercise, after the second day, because I pushed up my weights, because the first day I used the light weights, it's like, oh, I have to do more reps to get it in, so I made it heavier. And after the second, when I had the rest day, I was like, okay, cool, I hope it's ready. But when it came to, then Thursday came, okay, I used the heavy weights again, worked perfect. But Friday, when I was supposed to do the last day, I was like, no, okay, my body needs to recuperate. So then I decided to take Friday as a rest day and then rather do it Saturday. And it works.
Yeah, rest is very important. And
Yeah.
then people underestimate the value of just moving air, you know, just moving the air in and out of your lungs. Man,
Of course. Of course.
it's very important.
Yeah, somehow we're talking about muscles, guys.
I know. And then men's health.
Okay. But yeah, but on that note, it's very important to breathe, guys. And I've been seeing a few studies where I'm also trying this, breathing through my nose more. It seems to be
Definitely don't
healthier
stop.
to breathe through your nose than your mouth.
Yeah. Definitely don't stop breathing, guys. You have to breathe. Gas, breath, containment. See, it all goes together.
Okay, let's get on.
longer parallel. In fact, in the flat Earth model, the sun is actually a lot closer to the Earth. But how far exactly would it be? The lines don't converge to a single point above the Earth. If we're at the equator, the sun is still directly overhead. If we were at 30 degrees north latitude, we would think the sun is almost 6,000 kilometers over the Earth. If we're at 45 degrees, we would think the sun is 5,000 kilometers over the Earth. If we're at 60 degrees, we would think the sun is nearly 4,000 kilometers over the Earth. And if we're at 90 degrees north latitude, we would think the sun is 0 kilometers over the Earth. These sun rays that we got from the globe Earth model don't work in the flat Earth model. There is no...
Why?
Because they made.
I think he
listen what
brings
I'm
up
saying.
a great point.
But this
It
is what
doesn't
happened. Remember what the key was here. They changed the sun rays from divergent to parallel. Now they
Yeah.
want to use the parallel sun ray angles on a flat Earth too, which is
Yeah,
false.
yeah.
The sun rays
Of
are
course.
divergent, not parallel. So if you had to place them divergent, they work out perfectly, just like we observe in reality.
Wow. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
But you still can't. You
Reality.
can't figure out how long the string is from the sun to you
No, you can't.
because the sun is moving. It's constantly moving,
Yeah.
and the distance changes from moment to moment. So anyone, flat Earth, round Earth, no one can tell you how close or far away the sun is.
That's right.
It just can't be measured.
No.
Yeah, who says the sun is a physical thing anyway?
I know.
Exactly.
You could. I mean, you might be able to go through it. You don't know. It's just we don't know what it is.
Exactly.
It's very elusive.
But the thing is, what gets me is this is what they do. They see reality. They observe the sun's rays divergent. Then they say, but let's ignore that and say it's parallel. Then they measure angles that require a flat baseline. Then say, because we have parallel sun rays, it's not going to work on the flat Earth. You just literally took fantasy which is not observed and calling it real. And then taking what is observed and saying it's false.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, take those same angle readings and make those parallel sun rays divergent. Something tells me it will work.
No way that both of these models can be accurate, and that's sort of the point here. If we were to measure these shadows across the globe, if we were to measure these shadows across the Earth, we should be able to invalidate incorrect models. I mean, the shadows are a dead giveaway here, so what would you do? If we were able to record the sun at high noon on the equinox at different latitudes across the Earth, then we should be able to map out the shape of the Earth. How would that work?
Yeah, if you use the sun rays like it's supposed to. Divergent, not parallel. But we've already seen you guys don't do that. You use it as parallel. So therefore, you've already invalidated your argument and thrown away your globe model. Because if you're going to claim it parallel, you either be going to be dishonest with the data you're recording for the globe and the data you're recording from the flat Earth. But if you're taking it as divergent like we observe, it invalidates your globe and it validates the flat Earth.
Yeah.
For the globe Earth model, the angle of the sun from overhead is easy to calculate.
No, it's not, because there's no such thing as parallel sun rays. They're always diverging.
Crazy.
So I would love this guy or guys to come and chat with us, actually, because I'd ask him straight away. Okay, do the same trigonometry now with divergent sun rays. See if it'll work on your globe, please.
Just a quick observation, a quick look in the sky, you can tell it.
Dude.
You know, it's crazy.
Exactly.
It's a
It's equal
briefcase
to your
game. They're
latitude.
switching out the briefcase because they still need to explain latitude and longitude, right? They want you need the sun for your longitudinal lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For the
North Star will give us our latitudes.
Yep, and the longitude's
So-
based on the sun's position.
Yeah, and they want to play this switcheroo game, right? Because they need parallel lines for the longitude.
Mm-hmm.
But they want to claim what you're observing is not what's reality. It's weird, man. It's a strange belief system.
Exactly. Yeah,
Because that's all.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. They're changing what we observe and telling us what we see is false. But isn't the whole globe based on this? Hey, Jolly Man, good to see you. They
It is.
don't see curve. They say the Earth's too big to see curve, but claim this curve. They don't feel rotation, but claim this rotation. They claim this
Yeah, the
Coriolis,
absence.
but you don't observe it because of conservation of momentum. And they claim this parallel sun rays, but we observe divergent sun rays.
Exactly, Flats. Their greatest evidence is a lack of evidence, and that's their evidence. It's weird.
It's really odd. I mean, if you had to go with that kind of evidence to court, they would literally laugh you out the courtroom. They're going to say, when are you actually going to bring the evidence for your claims?
Yeah.
The glove doesn't fit, you must acquit.
It's like the briefcase, you know, like the evidence is in the briefcase. Just open the briefcase and you'll see the evidence. You open the briefcase and it's empty. There's nothing there for
Exactly. The globe has no substance. There's just nothing there. But you see what they do is they hoodwink people by making mathematics. And because they have mathematical models that work with calculations based on that mathematical model, they say, you see, this is reality. No, you literally didn't take reality and make that. You made that by back engineering, not even what is observed in reality. You're just making shit up.
Yep.
Flat Earth model, the angles will be different because they need to converge to a single point at a particular height above the Earth. Unfortunately, I found it very difficult to find out how far away the sun should be in the Flat Earth model. Even the Flat Earth Wiki, and yes, that is a real thing on the internet, doesn't give one straight answer. Who knows what the answer is? I even joined a Flat Earth forum and tried asking flat earthers about the distance from the Earth to the sun, and let's just say I did not get any useful information, mostly just hostility. We love our memes, but
You know why you get hostility for it, guys? Is because we get asked this question many times and it's a straw man. We're not the ones making the claim of the distance of the sun or even that it is a physical object. That's the globe's claim.
That's it.
And the fact you guys use parallel sun rays literally means you guys have to lie to keep the globe math prevalent.
Yeah.
Hey, Truth Over Comfort, what's up, man? They don't know how far the sun is. That's why it keeps changing distances.
Exactly. As if you could resolve something 93 million miles away. You know what I mean?
can guess what I think should be a good answer that would match the sun rays from the globe Earth model. How do you do that? Here, I've plotted the latitudes from the equator to the North Pole. I'm assuming the distance from the equator to the North Pole is 10,000 kilometers. In the globe Earth model, the latitude should match the angle to the sun at high noon on the equinox. Below, I have the angle to the sun using the flat Earth model. As I increase the height of the
Okay, I'm going to make this a bit bigger, guys. Agree? So we can see it a bit better.
Yeah. That's better.
Okay. There, so we can see what
sun over the equator of the flat Earth, I have the angles we would expect to see from each latitude. The angles in green are the ones that match the globe Earth angles, and the ones in red have the greatest difference. We can see that if the sun is 0 kilometers above the equator, none of the angles match, except for the one at the North Pole. As we increase the height of the sun, we can see that at different heights, we get better matches at some latitudes, but worse at others. Crucially, however, we are never able to get all the angles to match. We're never able to get all angles to be green, which
I wonder why that is. Maybe because, like we said, you guys are using parallel sun rays.
Also, he says just the opposite of what he's showing here. Because he says the sun is at 0 degrees at the North Pole during the solstice. That should be 0 degrees at the equator
Exactly.
during the solstice.
Not the North Pole. Correct.
Right, of course, well spotted. Huh.
That is correct, yeah. So he's actually false there. But yeah, now try use the same angle measurements with a divergent sun ray, not a parallel sun ray. And also note, guys, remember, isn't this optical when you're looking at out in the sky to the sun? Let's say you're taking an optical measurement to the sun. Okay, obviously now they're taking physical measurements with a shadow on a flat baseline. But they already, how can I say, equating that vertical to saying the sun is vertical to that vertical, which is false.
is
In other words, they're giving new 90 degrees for every angle.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
can't do that. It's supposed to be the same 90 degree.
fundamentally the issue here. The shadows in the globe Earth model and the flat Earth model cannot coexist. The shadows are always going to have discrepancies somewhere on the Earth. So then what's the point of all this? Well, if I just play around with the height of the sun, I'm able to find a compromise that seems to work the best. What? As I move the sun up and down and see how much green I get, I can find the height which has the least discrepancies. Here, at 6,000 kilometers, we see that the angles near the equator are pretty good and don't really diverge until about halfway to the North Pole. The angles close to the pole are red, but those are really hard to get green no matter what we do. This height seems to give me green angles at most latitudes.
I also want to ask a question, guys. If you're saying what did I want to say now? Let's say you at the, well, on yeah, it would not be the equator because the equator is supposed to be here. If you're further away, does something due to perspective seem lower?
Yeah.
So it'll be optical then. And the angle towards that, like the shadow, would be showing it's getting compressed because of the distance.
Of course.
I mean, just like I show with the light moving away in the spray booth and going behind the tin cans, the angle is getting smaller as it's moving away. That's exactly what we see in reality. Now they're trying to say, no, we don't observe this. We see the sun at the same altitude always. No, you don't. Just like light poles seem to dip down into the horizon, so do we see the sun. I mean, that's why we have sunsets. It doesn't physically dip into the horizon, it just only appears to do so. And that's because the angle is getting compressed the further away it goes.
Except near the North Pole. This is actually not too bad since most people don't live near the North Pole, so these divergences may not be that noticeable. Again, I've omitted the southern hemisphere for simplicity, but I believe even in the flat Earth model, these latitudes should have the same results as their counterparts in the northern hemisphere. So I'm going to assume that the sun is 6,000 kilometers from the Earth in the flat Earth.
Why?
Oh, wow. Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't know what it is. You don't know if it's... He's assuming it's a physical thing right there at that where the convergence is. What if it's something else completely? We don't know what it is. So how can you say that?
But I love how he's trying to make a claim for flat Earth now.
Exactly.
So he's saying 6,000 kilometers.
Wow.
Okay. Interesting.
Model. Flat Earthers can feel free to fight me in the comments if they feel this answer should be different. Okay.
No, we don't need to fight you. You can come and talk to us.
I have heard flat earthers back in the day saying something, they reckon it'd be something like 3,000 miles, something like that. I have heard that, but I wouldn't make any claims to that. You know what I mean?
Look, you do get some of the flat earthers that do claim a height because of the trigonometry.
Yeah, they do.
And that's where the straw man comes in from the globies. Because if you're going to give a specific height, then they're going to say, but you see it's changing height at every latitude. Which is the whole point, because you're using presumed parallel sun ray angle measurements.
Yeah.
Use the same things now with a presumed divergent angle measurement. It will literally show the sun being quote unquote at different elevations.
Yeah.
Not physically, optically. Because I can take a light now and I can shine it here and just move it back on exactly same plane. As I'm moving it back, that light source will give a different reflection or shadow to something. I wonder if we can actually demonstrate it now. We should be able to.
Go for it.
Maybe we can quickly demonstrate it. I'm just scared something's gonna mess up. My phone is too flat to do it. So you know what? I'll make a video demonstrating it quickly at work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a video for you guys where I'll put a stick or something for a shadow. I'll take a light source and I'll just move it away on the same plane. And as I move it away, you'll see that shadow length changes. Just like the sun would be dropping or not dropping. Because the shadow length changes because the angle gets compressed as it gets away. That's exactly what we're seeing in real life.
No, you're right, babe. I'm not sympathetic. I'm just pathetic. No, I am. I don't like it when you feel sick, babe.
Okay, but this is all just theory. How do you expect to actually test any of this? Well, this is why I wanted to build a sundial, or whatever this thing is called.
Sundial. Sundial requires a flat earth.
Imagine arguing with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be weird.
I mean, have we mentioned that this is a little bit odd in the first place? Yeah, I think we did, right?
If I can build a contraption that easily measures the angle of the sun, then I can make several of them and ship them around the world to all of you in order to measure the sun at your latitudes. Can't people just measure this on their own? Why do you have to build anything at all? Well, this whole process of measuring the sun can be a difficult one, especially if you want accurate measurements. First, I want to remove the need for anyone to have to do any trigonometry. So, for a given pole height, I've printed out the angles for you. I wrote a little Python script that generates an SVG file, which prints out all of the angles for a 12-inch high pole. I print out concentric circles for every degree away from the pole.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
This is basically just calculating the radius of the circle by taking the height of the pole and multiplying it by the tangent of a given angle. In this manner, I can loop through every degree of latitude, or even half degree, and determine the radius of the circle to draw. The degree...
That's quite cool though. Props to the guy for being able to do this, by the way. Not everybody can do this. I know for one, I wouldn't be able to write this Python code to do this.
Ooh.
Degrees in red indicate the angle of the sun from overhead. So right at the pole, they are 0 degrees and go up from there. For convenience, I've also provided the elevation of the sun from the horizon in green. The green number is the angle up from the horizon. The red number is the angle down from overhead. These two numbers...
You see, that's where the issue is. You see what I'm saying? They're basing all this on parallel sun angle rays.
Yeah, of course.
It's not parallel, so you can't base it on parallel sun rays. They literally hijacked the perspective attitude of this and called it a geometric parallel, which is false. This is exactly what they did with the Earth curve. They take perspective and hijack perspective and call it physical Earth curve. Now they've done this with the light angles as well, the shadow angles, because they claim the diverging rays are now parallel. So if they had to change these parallel rays and get the angle measurements, they would see it won't work on a globe, only on a flat Earth.
Numbers are just complements of one another. This will allow the user to just look at the shadow on the piece of paper in order to determine the elevation.
Hey, Spuddy man, good to see you, man. Yeah, a lot of people don't get notifications anymore. It really sucks.
Yeah, it is a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Speaking of tomorrow night, PJ is having his testimony on their channel. Maybe you can stick the link in there for everybody. I think you guys are going to enjoy to go and listen to his testimony.
That's the actual link for the show, because it's up already. It's not just the channel, that's the actual show for tomorrow.
Yeah, so there's the link. Click the link, guys. If you haven't subscribed to their channel, do so. Very well worth it, and I think you're going to enjoy the testimony. Matt Eastman, what's up, man? Reading Isaiah 29 and applying it to man in the video. If he doesn't apply here, then where?
Of the sun, and consequently their latitude on the earth. And that's the motivation behind building this device, to allow people to conveniently measure the angle of the sun wherever they are. How hard is this to build? Well, that's a great question. In my next video, I'll show you my attempt at actually building an accurate prototype that is both cheap and easy, so that ultimately all of you can help me measure the size of the Earth. We need your...
We'll be more than happy to do it, as long as you then change the data set to divergent, not parallel sun rays. How's that? You guys agree with that?
Absolutely.
More than happy to do it. Just change the data set to not parallel sun rays, but divergent sun rays.
Your help in order to measure the sun all across the globe. Globe? I mean Earth! Earth! Ah!
Well, I must say, it was quite an interesting video.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah, it's done. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
He's a wordsmith, man. The guy is really calculated in the words that he uses. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a, I don't know. It's almost like black magic, man. I can't. How do you speak so fluently in entendres?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary Wabenga. Yeah, they back engineered and reimagined it. So as I was saying, they took divergent rays and ignored it and say it's parallel, and therefore took angles from parallel and said you see therefore globe, instead of doing what we see in reality, which is divergent, taking the angles off of a divergent ray and saying let's see what angles come out of the divergent rays, which would show it to be flat.
Yeah. All across the globe. Yeah, jolly man.
It's like they think we're not smart enough to see the magic trick they're presenting. You know what I mean?
Like the double speak, like Matt says, the double and the entendres and that. The entendre, it's just double speak, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They think they're Eminem.
I'm looking at Isaiah 29:13. Therefore, the Lord said, in so much as these people draw near to me with their mouths and honor me with their lips, but have removed their hearts far from me, and the fear toward me is taught by the commandment of men. Therefore, behold, I will again do a marvelous work among this people, a marvelous work and a wonder, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hidden. Woe to those who seek deep to hide their counsel far from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. They say, who sees us and who knows us? Surely you have turned things around. Shall the potter be esteemed as the clay? For shall the thing made say to him who made it, he did not make me? Or shall the thing formed say of him who formed it, he has no understanding?
Brilliant.
Nice.
Yeah, who has understanding? I think that's actually says it straight. Hey, Mr. Scholar. Hey, INFE. Good to see you guys. Thank you for coming. So yeah, I wonder if I should still have it on my.
The wisdom of the wise men of this world will be frustrated.
Oh yeah.
There's no doubt, man. It's a false wisdom, though. This guy, he's got to be doing it intentionally. He's smart enough to know that he's being deceptive.
Oh yeah. That must be.
Michael Kahn's not here, Mr. Schooler. Not tonight.
He probably fell asleep as well because he was having the meeting and he swims every day now as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start off. This is what I presented ages ago, guys. Let's see if I can make it a bit more concise now.
If you come to our show tomorrow night, you'll see him on His Word, His Truth. I'll put in the link again because you won't hear when the link come in if you want to come tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Because Flats is not on the Tuesday night. I don't know if you've been in since Flats stopped doing Tuesday, Mr. Schooler.
Yeah. Speaking of, Bev was supposed to come on tomorrow night to come present some stuff on surveying and stuff, but I forgot tomorrow's Tuesday, so I'm just gonna have to let him know. Can you rather make it Wednesday? So yeah, we might have Bev coming on Wednesday, guys. He says he has to explain the surveying videos to us. We'll see what he's going to present. But it's really simple. If the surveyor says you measure flat, that's usually what it means.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. That was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. He did that, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
And he's coming to explain that now.
Yeah.
Nice.
An explanation. I can go to the guy at the gas station on the corner and get an explanation.
Well, we'll see what he talks about. He asked if he can come present it, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt to come. But we'll see what he says. All I know is if he says that's not what the guy means, I'm going to tell him to bugger off.
Fair enough.
Because I'm going to say straight out, if that's what the guy says, who are you to say that's not what the guy says? We're literally hearing him say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough, Flatzoid. Yeah.
So I'll give him the chance to come and explain it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I can make this more concise for everybody that hasn't seen this yet. This is an angle to Polaris. If we say Bob is standing underneath Polaris, it'd be 90 degrees. Okay?
Thanks, Bob.
Hey, Bob. And this is how they got the latitudes. Now, this would co-imply with the sun as well. Well, let's say he is now underneath at the equinox, and the sun is 90 degrees above him. Every latitude, every 10 degree latitude would be 600 nautical miles away from him. This would be based on a flat line, just like we see. But notice that as he's moving away, the altitude of the sun seems to be dropping.
Yeah.
Or in this case, Polaris. Okay? It's dropping as it's keeping and it's compressing in angles. You see that the angles are not the same. Why is that? I can tell you. It's because this is taken from angular measurements, optical angular measurements. Now, if we had to place this with the shadow sun, it would be the same if you have divergent sun rays. Remember, the sun, or in this case Polaris, doesn't physically go down with latitude. It's only optically, just like you experience in reality with perspective. Now, let's say this is your vision dome, you could say your maximum you're able to see, so it's your limitation. If this is for the guy underneath at 90 degrees, as he moves away, you see that he's still keeping with his limitation. The sun, or the star in this case, is still exactly the same height. It just appears to get lower as it's following that limitation bubble. You see? So it appears to be dropping in the distance. And that's exactly what we observe in reality. Was that concise enough?
It's almost as if there's a relationship between the sky and the ground. And if only we could build a grid system, that way I can navigate from point A to point B.
Ah, exactly.
Oh, wait, that is what we do. That is what happens.
Exactly. Hey, Moomin Rider, good to see you. Yeah, I mean, I saw the other day someone took the coordinate system of the latitudes and longitudes and stuck it on a pineapple. And it worked. Because the people don't understand the latitude and longitude, they have certain distances. Okay? You can have that distance spread out this long or this wide, doesn't matter. The data is still the same because it's only mapped out having Cartesians. That's all. But the globe wants to claim it's only globe-based, which is false. It's flat-based. But yeah, it's quite cool.
Yeah, Diana Spice. A lot of people were blocked. It's just some kind of glitch on YouTube. There was loads of people that were blocked. And nobody was blocking them. In fact, I had to check it and keep checking to unblock people.
Yeah, Flats takes a lot of heat to bring this show to us, and everyone, like, I'm sure we all recognize the heat that you take, Flats. You get a lot of gripes from the dogs, right? You know, the dogs are out there nipping at you constantly, Flatzoid, and it's appreciated what you're doing, sir. I'm thankful for you, and I'm sure I speak for a lot of others when I recognize you as
Well, I
Absolutely.
appreciate you
someone who
guys.
should be deserving of our thanks.
Well,
Absolutely.
I appreciate you guys. You guys
We're all
make it worthwhile. You know what I mean? I'm more than happy to do this because you guys are supporting me, and we're all trying to get through this together and explain reality together.
That's right.
So
Absolutely.
it's really nothing, guys.
I agree.
To be fair, I don't really give a damn what people think of me because I've kind of grown up. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it. I used to care what people thought of me. I mean, I still do to a certain extent, but I used to it used to bug me if someone didn't like me. But if they don't like me anymore, I can't please everybody, you know.
Yeah. You guys can see on screen what's happening, correct?
Yeah.
As you can see,
I see
as
a
the
ball and
angle's
a stick.
moving, it's changing the elevation height of the sun or the Polaris in this instance.
Yeah.
But that's based on perspective.
Yeah.
This is
Absolutely.
because
Well, yeah.
it's divergent. It's not parallel.
Certainly isn't.
Well, not only that, but parallel light could still hit clouds and water particles in the atmosphere, plane or atmosphere, whatever you want to call it, and
Even
could
with
refract
refraction.
outwards in different directions, just like a cloud does, and that could still be true. It could still be true that the light was parallel, right? But I'm saying, if you really look at it, but at the same time, you know, we also have refraction. We have this angle of light at the way certain colors of light bend. That's how we get rainbows. So there's all kinds of things involved. You know what I mean? And I think it's funny how we always like, notice how we always like be meticulous with one little part of it. We never like put it all together and say, hey, this is the package. How do we make that all fit together and so it makes sense to us? You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut it.
Perfect. Oh, by the way, Ryan, I started following you on TikTok.
Tiki toki.
Thank you. I need 1,000 so I can go live.
Yeah. I haven't got 5,000 yet. I put videos on there now and again. But it's mainly the fishing ones. If you get my follow, it's PG Blondie Boy. And,
Yeah, I noticed. I saw it today and I followed you
all
back
right.
for
Cool.
sure.
Right.
And I appreciate that. Yeah.
No problem.
So when are you gonna take your tiki toki stuff and put on YouTube?
Yeah, I like.
I'm
You're
scared
right.
of TikTok, guys. I don't know.
You're right. Your little
I
rant
didn't
about
like TikTok at first, but I do like it now for some reason because it's just different. There's something different about it, and I kind of like it for some reason.
Yeah, Ryan.
It's addictive.
Your little rant on chemtrails. That's a good video. Put that on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have lots of videos put up there, but I'm not sure how many of them are actually you can just look at when you look at my thing, or whether I have to send you a copy of it because I made some of them private. So.
All right, yeah. No, the one I won about I watched was pretty good. You were pissed off about the chemtrails, knowing this guy.
Oh yeah. That's the most recent one. Yeah, that's the one I just posted recently, and everybody's talking. I've got grown women calling me and wanting me to join them on some other platform so they can talk to me and ask me questions about that. I was like, really? I was like, and they're like, they're not interested in a relationship. They were just wanting to ask me questions. And I was like, wow, you're really interested in what I think? And they're like, yeah. We think alike. I'm like, wow, this is great. Like, I didn't know that I was going to reach people. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, guys. Remember I said I'm gonna get interviewed by a big media company. Yeah, I decided against it rather. Me and my wife were talking because they are so big and widespread in South Africa. You get a lot of psychos out there, and I already have so much obsessed people stalking me and all this, and I don't want them to get like information on me and start going at my wife and my children. So for safety, I decided, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm not going to get interviewed by the media. If they want anything from me, they can come and watch my YouTube stuff. That's about it. Because I don't actually trust the media anyway.
No.
And I don't trust the people following the media.
No.
Yeah. Right. The ones that are are not smart enough to avoid silly
Because
stuff like that.
I mean, damn. I mean, my small channel, I've got so many stalkers already. Think what's gonna happen if it gets out to so many more people. You get
Well, I
really
want to put a
weird
petition
psychos
to
out
the
there.
Lord Jesus Christ right now for Flatzoid and your family that you be protected by the Most High God, and nothing can touch you, man. That and nothing can overtake you. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Look, the devil has already been judged.
Yeah.
The Lord Jesus Christ judged the devil, and the Holy Spirit he's already working in the world to convince all men that the devil has been judged.
Yeah.
The work and the victory is in the Lord's hands. God willing. Amen.
Glory to God.
Definitely. Ooh, now I'm getting hot. I shouldn't have drank the coffee.
That's the Holy Spirit.
That does it every time. A cup of coffee makes me hot every time.
So, before the show, we were talking about some Mandela things. Would you guys like another Mandela show? Because there's a lot of scriptural things I would love to go through still.
I think we should do a
I
weekly
think we
Mandela.
should do it because we should iron out exactly where we stand on it, and so we're not getting lumped into that category.
Because I know a lot of
I'm just
people
curious about
don't
it.
want
But,
to hear the Mandela effect stuff, but you
Yeah.
get the people that do.
I find it interesting.
Why not?
I do.
I think we should maybe do a weekly one, but that's entirely up to you.
I've always been
I
interested.
was surprised to find out today that the word matrix is in the King James Bible.
I know it's crazy, isn't it? I've known that for a while now. That guy's video that Michael put up, he's
good.
only a small channel. He usually gets like 50 views, but on that video, he's got thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands. No, well, tens of thousands of views on that. But in the rest of his videos, he gets no views at all. But on that one, there's a lot of views
Yeah.
on it. Because you
People are
can see
curious,
it. You can
yeah.
see it.
But you see, the thing that was catching me on that Matrix thing was the Matrix word only came out in the 1950s by that Sylvester guy, and it was based on mathematical consistencies. That's what it brought it out for, matrices of in mathematics, and the so-called Bible, the so-called Matrix word supposed to be in the Bible for how many years already? Thousands of years. How can a word that only came out in the 1950s be in the Bible, predating it?
2000.
It's very strange.
Really weird. I mean, the King
Well,
James
either proves
version is
something
older than the
or it proves it
1950s.
isn't, right? Like,
I mean, the King James is older than the 1950s last time I checked. So how do you print a word in a
Do you know what Matt
Bible?
did? All right. Do you remember what Matt said the other last week to you about the Mandela effect, about the original like Mandela? Did anybody in South Africa ever think that he died in the 80s? And you were like, no, because you knew he was president. It would have been quite mad though if somebody in South Africa had remembered that as well, wouldn't it be?
You see, I think the thing is with that Mandela effect thing, and there was actual broadcast
we might also
of
be
Bush.
creating Mandela, the stuff that isn't Mandela too.
Yeah, but I mean, remember, overseas, you guys had actual broadcasts of Bush saying he died, had a press conference and everything. We didn't have that here. We just had Mandela coming out of jail. You understand? He got sick, he got better, he came out of jail. Now, I think that's the thing that caught some people in the mind there, because there was a whole press conference and things, and it kind of caught everybody there, and that's how I think that thing came. And to me, that doesn't really show Mandela effect. That's more a misunderstanding of what really happened.
Yeah,
and that's why everybody remembers that as what happened, because you remember watching the press conference, reading it in a newspaper and stuff. We never had that stuff here. We never had the news conferences and stuff here, because the guy never died. You understand? But when it comes to like the Bible words changing and like the Lord's Prayer and all that, that is Mandela effect. That's spiritual to me. But when it's like Mandela self dying or not, I think that's just more communication that was taken through, because that's not worldwide. It's more specific to certain countries.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for
Yeah,
instance,
that's what.
the Lord's Prayer. Let's do it the way Brian does it, guys. In chat, write out the Lord's Prayer. I'm not going to say anything. Just write out the Lord's Prayer how you know the Lord's Prayer.
I know it by heart, bro.
Yeah.
Say it then. Go ahead.
I know it, and I know what it says now as well.
Yeah, but like I was saying, Ryan, let's see if Ryan knows. He says he
What
knows
does
it.
it say? Wait a minute. Hold on. What does it say? What does it change?
No. Just say it quickly, then we'll tell you.
Now I'm drawing a blank. You're putting me on the.
Right. It's usually our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom
Right.
come. Thy will be
Thy
done
will be
on
done
earth as it is in heaven. Give us this
day
day our daily bread.
Forgive us
Forgive us our trespasses as we
Oh,
forgive
wait,
those
wait,
who trespass against us.
PJ,
And lead us
just
not
quickly,
into
let him say
temptation,
it.
but deliver us from evil.
He said it. He said
Yeah.
trespass.
Wait, say it again, Ryan.
Says, forgive me for my trespasses as well as.
Yeah, that's it. You said it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no,
that's
you must
exactly
finish
what
it. Wait, let him say the whole thing. Say it again.
Damn it! You see, you stopped me at the end. It's like, where do you want me to start?
Say. It's from the beginning, just from the beginning.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us.
Forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. But lead us not into temptation,
stop.
but deliver us from evil. Yeah.
What did you say? What transgressed against us?
Trespass against us.
It's not transgressed.
Trespass. No, I don't. It never was that I know.
No.
Unless it's a different interpretation. But if it's changed in my Bible, then I guess I don't know how to explain it.
Forgive
But
us our
you know what I'm
debtors.
saying? Like, I don't know. How do you explain that? I don't know.
It's forgive us
Could
our
I be
debts.
misremembering it? I guess I could, but trust me,
Right.
I memorized that thing when I was a little kid. Like, I
We
don't
all
think I
did.
forgot it.
We all did. It's
Yeah.
now forgive us our debts as we forgive those who debt.
Well, yes, I've heard it said that way, but debts is different.
That's what it
Trespasses
says.
is different than debt. Debts
That's what
is
it
something
says.
completely new. That's business. Yeah.
That's what
Wait
it
a
says.
minute,
Yeah, we're
guys.
changing. Wait. Okay. Sorry.
Guys, I remember there being a distinction between the Gospels. I think in Mark it said debts, and in Matthew it said trespasses. Are you saying that in all of the Gospels it now says trespasses?
All of them just say debts.
Just said debts and debtors.
They say debts. That's
Different.
come on, Christians. You got to remember this.
I mean,
it's
No,
You got to
Brad,
remember the Lord's
version.
Prayer, right?
I mean, I
there
got one.
was a distinction between the Gospels. One said debts, the other said trespasses. Matthew said trespasses. It's the same thing with the wineskins.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
You
bro.
can't
wineskins in
pour
a bottle.
old wine. You can't
Yeah.
pour new wine into old wineskins, or the wineskins will burst. But
No,
there are no wineskins in the Bible. It's
no,
bottles.
it's bottles, and that takes the analogy completely away from the meaning away completely, because bottles don't deteriorate, wineskins do.
No. Yeah,
Yeah, I wanna know-
there's no problem with putting new wine in old bottles.
Yeah,
There's no problem.
I want to
You
know
could
what
put new wine in
wine.
an old bottle. Yeah,
What from wine causes a bottle to break?
exactly. Nothing.
Nothing.
I remember specifically when I was younger, learning about the wineskins. We literally had to, even in Sunday school and stuff, make our own wineskins for the scripture. It was part of the lesson. So we pictured the wineskins made like the wineskin stuff for the wine. Now, no, it's never been a wineskin, it's just bottles.
Yeah, bloody pipes.
It's really odd stuff.
Crazy.
And I mean, like, I've got my wife's Afrikaans Bible here with a matrix thing. There's no matrix in there.
Yeah.
So far, I found it in the King James Version, the New King James Version, one reference in the New King James Version, and then another version. Oh, the Tyndale. I found
Tyndale,
a reference
yeah.
in the Tyndale. But the search continues for matrix.
But you see,
in
that's
the
the thing.
Bible.
What I'm saying is weird. The Tyndale is how old?
16. It's pretty old.
Yeah,
Several
and
hundred
the
years.
word matrix was introduced in the 1950s.
Right, yeah, with a mathematician in the 50s.
How the
yeah.
hell?
Planets.
I
as
don't
well.
know.
Planet.
And planets as well? planets in the Bible. My wife also says she never read planets in the Bible.
It's ridiculous. It's contradictory to creation anyway.
Yep, according to Exodus, God's name is jealous now.
Yeah. Definitely didn't say that.
1587, Tyndale.
Did say I'm a jealous God, but didn't say his name was jealous.
I remember it saying my name is Yahweh, and I'm a jealous God. Now it says my name is jealous. There's a difference between being a jealous God and making your name jealous.
Yes.
Because there's a specific being whose name is jealous, and that person is Lucifer.
Well, yeah. So I'm just being semantic, right? There is no difference with making your name jealous and being jealous. Like, because jealous is not a flattering. Jealous is not a flattering attribute.
Yeah, but remember the context.
Jealous.
Remember the context of it. It's got to be with create no idols. God is jealous because he should be your only idol. You know, your only God. Because you're creating idols.
Well,
so that's why he's a jealous God. Because
I think
he wants to be the sole owner. You're not the sole proprietor, the only God to you. But his name is not jealous. Because that's not an attribute of God.
No, he's not jealous for jealousy's sake. He's jealous because he is righteous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I said all got to do with the context.
So I think as well, like Paul put some up earlier that in that context, that jealous also in the in the Hebrew in the word kwana or something, I can't remember, but something like that. It also can mean is like zealous, like passionate sort of thing.
Exactly.
But so if God says whatever he is, if he's a jealous God, then you know it's not bad. There's no bad in God, is that, you know? So it's also
there's no shadow.
No,
there's no shadow, and
exactly. So it's always got to be something it's a positive thing. It's not good. It doesn't mean jealous as an envious. You know what I mean? Completely different. But his name was not jealous. No. Still isn't.
But I mean, this is becoming more and more prevalent as you watch people who read the Bible for their whole life, and all of a sudden it's just different stuff. You're like, what's going on? There's definitely something to this.
Of course.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Bible, it makes the Bible come to life because like the prophecies such as in the last days men shall search for the truth and shall not find it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, we're not at war with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers in high places.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's why I definitely think this is all just a spiritual thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah, I'm just about to say it has to be. No other way it can't be. Like, especially being retroactive. I mean, how do you go back to when something was started and change it, you know? So it's got to be a spiritual thing.
Hey, Adam. What's up?
How you doing, dude?
Evening, gents.
Good to see you.
And ladies, if there's any there.
Hello, Mr. Meekin.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good to send yourself.
Well,
I've literally just finished my tea, so I've just missed most of the show. But before I went for my tea, me and Brian were doing a bit of research because we've got nothing in this game. So we thought we'd do a research on, you know, the pastor that talks about Revelation 1 with regards to candlesticks.
Yeah.
So we've gone.
Yeah, Metzger.
Yeah, and he's absolutely word perfect, except twice to the King James, and he replaces words twice. One is where he uses lampstands and candlesticks interchangeably, neither of which, and this is the point, neither of which I think are actually correct according to the Greek. And the other time he does it is in Revelation 1:1, where instead of saying shoe, he says show. But other than that, he is word perfect up until, I've only done up until Revelation 13, 1:13. But I did bother to research the word, and the actual Greek literary translation is golden lamp. So, and all the others are refer to the stand as in a point of permanence, except the actual original King James, which references them as candlesticks, which is not an object of permanence. That's the only thing I can say. Yes, he definitely does read the New King James and the most commonly used translation, which is lampstand, isn't it? King James original says candlesticks.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you go to the literal, then it's actually just golden lamps. And I wonder, because I look at it as evidence and I want to see the King James with that stating it like where it says candlesticks. But he doesn't. All we've got is a bloke reading it that says the word lampstands, doesn't he? As opposed to what we're claiming happens. So to me, that one, I'm not sold on it because I've not got evidence. It's anecdotal is the evidence. So I'm here for my next bit of scripture to work on. Because Michael was loading me the other day, and that was the one I want to...
Hey, Adam.
I want to analyse each one and have a bit of fun. We did Star Wars as well, and I just can't see any Mandela there. That's exactly as I remember every part of it.
Adam.
Well, Adam, wouldn't you
Have
like
a look
to...
at
Sorry, wouldn't you like
have a
to
look at
come on a
Exodus.
show? Oh, go ahead. It's fine.
Have a look at Exodus 25 when they're building this lamp.
Yeah.
There were no candles in Exodus 25. Just take a look at them. Exodus 25:36.
Yeah, it describes how they build the lamps and that, and how many there is, and to detail.
The menorah.
Yeah, and they fill it with oil. You don't fill candles with oil.
No.
Oh, no, exactly. That's why I think the original Greek is saying lamps, which would be oil, not candlesticks or whatever. They say lampstands, which again I don't see as a correct translation, both from the Greek or as you describe in a historical context. Even the current wordage is probably not correct to the Darby translation, which is the one I said, the literal Greek, just says golden lamps, which I think. But that one I couldn't. But what was it? Exodus
25.
25. Which part specifically?
Let's look at 36.
5:36. Cool. I'll look into that one next, but thank you.
There is tons though, Adam, that you could look into. Definitely, there's loads of them. If you ever need any more.
But Adam, wouldn't you like to come on an actual show where we can actually discuss all this stuff?
Yeah, I will. I mean, I've got nothing in the game. I've one side or
yeah, obviously.
See, because I do know that governments and other institutions, NGOs, mess with your melon. So it's very interesting to look at these things. Do you know what I mean? So I've even seen a video. Have you seen the video with the Jaws one where she's got the braces on?
Oh, yeah. That's like one of the first ones you get into.
Yeah.
Brace face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like I say, I find it entertaining. I don't know what it would prove either way, other than confirmation that I know I'm being lied to and deceived.
Well, we can all agree on that.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, me and Brian had fun anyway going through that one and Star Wars. It was a nice bit of Bible research going through it all. And like I said, I checked it. He's word for word perfect. We went through each passage, checked it, and there's no transliteration between the King James and the New King James with him. The only points of differentiation from King James is like say 1:1, where he says show instead of shoe, and then that definition there.
Yeah, but I mean, like we read tonight with the Matrix. Would you be able to explain how the word matrix is 5 times in the Bible, but the word matrix only came out in the 1950s?
Sounds Greek to me, Matrix.
Yeah, but you see, the word only came in the 1950s. A Sylvester mathematician made the word matrix, and that was the 1950s. Where the Tyndale version is in the 1500s, supposedly now has the matrix written in it.
I can't answer you that, but I've written
That's
that down
weird.
next to Exodus. So looking up the derivation of the word matrix.
Yeah, Exodus.
Uh,
The
so that's
etymology
the
of
word,
Exodus.
so that's the one in Exodus. So that's the point of that one, is it?
Yeah,
That
well, the matrix,
Okay, cool.
the matrix stems off of a mathematical matrices, but the thing is, the etymology of matrice is Latin for pregnant animal or womb. So they've actually hinged off of womb, but it's weird how you get to the Tyndale version in the 15th century, which supposedly says matrix, but the word matrix only came out in the 1950s.
Yeah.
It would be matrices, wouldn't it? And
Yes, we're being lied to.
see, I knew that already.
But yeah, I think we should
Of
make a
course,
show.
you knew that. Yeah.
But I think we should make a show specifically for this, and then you must come, Adam. Brian can come as well. It'd be great. I mean, we're not
I'm
saying
game.
everybody must agree with us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just been an interesting conversation.
Yeah. I haven't even had Brian in a while. I don't go on FVD, so I haven't had Brian in a while.
Brian is awesome, man. I really like Brian a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He said logic.
He's my kind of pagan.
Yeah.
Brian's my people, bro. I don't care. Brian's my people.
He's cool. He's cool.
So yeah. Okay, guys, and I'm going to end here.
Cool.
Was a cool show. Really enjoyed it.
It was good.
I'm glad he came on, dude.
Yeah. Adam, you should stop coming on when you're ending the shows there.
Honestly,
You should just be a part of the show.
you might see my icon on Flat Earth Debate, but I'm so busy at the moment. Like I'm trying to just stay in the thing to listen because I'm not paying for membership and that. So I listen to the after show and that there. But literally, I'm getting in, said hello to the guys, had me tea, and then you're winding up, dude. You're winding up. So or winding down as I'm winding up. Sorry, but I'll try. But that one, set a date, and I'll try and make it. Because as I said, I've got no beef in the game. You know what I mean? I'm happy just to look at it, and it's interesting. To look at, and if nothing else, it spurs a nice bit of Bible study. So always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Right, again, I'm just got to put the link in for tomorrow night's show on His Word is Truth.
Yeah, guys, he's going to put the link for his testimony tomorrow if you guys are interested in listening to his testimony, which is awesome. Hit the link, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so you get notified, hopefully, when it's going live tomorrow.
Hopefully.
And then, hopefully, Wednesday I have Bev on to explain his surveying video. So we'll see how that works.
Is he explaining the video or explaining surveying?
The surveying video, the one where the surveyor says it measured flat. Because remember, Bev doesn't believe that's what it means when the guy literally says measured flat. So
Yeah,
he's wanting to explain it to us, why it's not flat.
It's because there's hills.
No shit, Sherlock. Last time I checked, when you measure incline and slope angles, that doesn't mean curve. Oh man, but yeah, we'll see what he has to present to us and come and explain. Will be interesting. So that should be Wednesday, guys.
Where that hill is.
So, yeah.
Barry Pipsh.
So I'll see you guys then all Wednesday, and hopefully tomorrow night you guys go and watch PJ's testimony. I think it's gonna be great. Thank you guys all for coming. Thank you for just hitting the likes, and if you haven't already, please do hit the likes, share the show. Appreciate everybody on the